All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Yahweh Kodash, the blessings to the elders and apostles of Great Stone. Shalom to the elect wishing this word in truth and in sincerity, with the hope of receiving mercy of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai is the name of His only begotten Son. The so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites according to the prophecies that are written in the Scriptures. I want to make it known that the RFID microchip is the MOTB. The serpent juice is the precursor to the MOTB. Yahweh Shai, whom dwelling and called Jesus, is about to make his return upon the earth to deliver his elect and to pour out judgment as it is written. So I want to go straight into this lesson concerning the last days, and you have various signs right now play out that show us that we are in the last days, from earthquakes in diverse places to various pestilence breaking out around the world, till you have the lack of bread, due to various conflicts taking place around the world, certain waterways are blocked, so ship cannot freely travel. You have wars and rumors of wars. So one of the main things that we're gonna zoom in on is the wars and rumors of wars, because these are certain events transpiring now. So this is Luke 21, verse 9. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places. And you see that transpire now. You look at what took place over there in Venezuela recently. A whole 7.1 earthquake, 7.5 earthquake, and multiple tremors. You have earthquake in California. What was it? 5.1. You have earthquake in Japan. 6.1. You have an earthquake that shook yesterday. I didn't get the reading on it. I can look it up. It's not hard to do. While I'm here speaking, why not just go see if we can just take a quick look just to see if, because I'm supposed to subscribe to one of these men that put out these information. I have a tropical wave, I see.
Even more earthquakes. Thank you for joining me.
So it's a 5.
Meteorologist Brian Shields. It is Saturday, June 27th, 2026. Lots of shaking, of course, the massive earthquakes back toward Venezuela. Elsewhere, though, we've had additional quakes. Yesterday itself was rather active. For example, back toward the Dominican Republic, 5.0 in magnitude, about 82 kilometers down. Shaking felt in Puerto Rico, the DR, back toward Haiti with this one. But there were multiple solid quakes yesterday back near Nicaragua, El Salvador, Honduras, Costa Rica. Some of the shaking fell. 5.2 in magnitude, about 120 kilometers down, or 75 miles down. And then on top of that, we had another one yesterday on our Friday, offshore of Antigua and Barbuda, offshore of Guadeloupe, 4.6 in magnitude. That one's shallower, depth around 10 kilometers, or about 6 miles down. So quite a bit of activity. A lot of these in the shallow zone, some intermediate. Of course, the shallower they are, the higher chance you have to feel them. And of course, the stronger they are, the higher chance you have to feel them. Any of the ones that are really near 5 in magnitude or higher, if you're out and about, you may feel them. Under 5, if you're kind of minding your business, doing some work, you may not even notice that they do happen. But let me know if you've had any shaking. Even after giving you this video, we may have had some additional quakes. So again, let me know if you have any new quakes or you've been feeling the shaking the last few days. Different types of earthquakes earthquakes out there, and I monitor this. I have a background in this, and again, I watch out for the different types because some lend themselves to a higher chance of tsunamis. Some are typically stronger than others. The recent ones from yesterday along convergent plate boundaries, so you have plates, one's underneath, one's on top. You get a little lift. Sometimes those do prompt tsunami warnings. So again, watching out for the convergent ones. Sometimes those are some bigger ones, and of course, the massive earthquake that we had, actually two of them, the double quakes on Wednesday. We're thinking of everyone with the rescue efforts still ongoing back through Venezuela, 7.2 in magnitude. Just to take a look back at what we've had over the past week or so, and I'll go even longer in just a second. 39 seconds after that one, it was the 7.5 in magnitude, and again, not only super strong, but very shallow, both of those quakes, and dealing with several aftershocks. And still, while we're a few days after that, more aftershocks are likely with that. This one, or actually both of those double quakes in Venezuela, that was a transform plate boundary, a strike slip quake. So you have two plates going past each other. It's like if you were walking by someone and you bump shoulders. That's kind of what happened there, just to kind of give you an example, of course, on such an incredible magnitude, and I mean that in the bad sense of the word, incredible. Just so devastating what has happened.
So I just wanted to show you a quick look on what's transpiring. So let's go back to this video.
Good afternoon, everyone. We have a major situation that is developing in the middle. Well, shipping. It is one of the primary pressure points of this.
My bad. I was I never reached a clip yet. So this is back in Luke 21 verse 11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilence and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven.
Good afternoon, everyone. We have a major situation that is developing in the Middle East, even as the United States of America and Iran both agree that they will stop the fighting. Over the last 72 hours, we have seen an escalation, and it has happened in a way that is becoming increasingly difficult for us to dismiss as mere isolated incidents. And no matter what each government says, we have to watch what they're doing, because what we're seeing now is a direct cycle of action and retaliation between the USA and Iran, and that makes the Strait of Hormuz once again the center of global conflict and contention. Now, if you've been following this story over the past several days, you already know that commercial shipping, it is one of the primary pressure points of this entire planet, definitely of this conflict. And what we're starting to see right now that is happening just moved beyond kinetic military strikes, and it moved right into the crosshairs of international control over multiple contested waterways. These include the Asian Pacific and one of the most important waterways on the planet, the Strait of Hormuz. And every country that depends on oil moving through this region, well, they just perked up their ears and started paying attention. And here's where things stand right now. The United States of America and Iran say that they'll stop fighting. No one's going to launch anything. But if 47 years of history tells us anything, it's that the Iranian military will act in their own regard. Iran launched drone attacks against commercial vessels that were operating near the Strait of Hormuz, and then they directly attacked American assets and bases inside of the region. And the weird thing is, with all of this, the attacks were in response to Israeli operations inside of Lebanon and against Syrian proxy elements. But instead of attacking Israeli assets directly, Iran decided to attack a ship and the freedom of navigation. And then they decided to hit American, not Israeli, base assets. These attacks have targeted ships moving through the international shipping route, and that carries, this area carries an enormous percentage of the world's energy supply. The United States of America, as expected, responded by striking multiple Iranian military targets, and they did this along Iran's southern coast. Now, the reports that I'm seeing indicate that their strikes hit missile storage facilities, drone depots, and coastal radar installations, as well as other military infrastructure held by the Iranian Revolutionary Guard in their nearby coastal positions. But these were not random targets. And according to the reports, many of these sites are used right now to support Iran's coastal surveillance network and their international network, so possibly in help of their proxies. And this response didn't end the situation. Instead, it appeared to have triggered another round of escalation. And with no time to spare, we saw Iran move to launch drones toward Bahrain and missile systems, where the United States of America's Fifth Fleet is headquartered. Immediately, Bahrain condemned the attack, and they said that it was a violation of their own territorial integrity. And while Iran claimed that it was just responding to American military action, at the same exact time, well, we started to see reports emerging that another commercial tanker had been struck, and this was while it was operating in the Strait of Hormuz. Now, we did just see a maritime security organization raise the shipping threat level inside of the region, and they're warning that there is a danger that exists to commercial shipping that has increased substantially, and now we see insurance companies piping up. The problem here isn't just that these attacks have happened or more will happen. The larger issue is that both sides now claim that they are enforcing a ceasefire.
So the thing is, them can't seek what them want, ceasefire, peace agreement, or whatever they may desire. But this is what Yahweh Shai declared. This is Joel 3 verse 9. Proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshare into swords, and your pruning hook into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And this is what's transpiring now. Assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither, cast thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh, which mighty ones represent with the angels. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yehoshaphat that is there in the Middle East, where they refer to as the Levant. For there will I sit to judge all the heathens round about. Verse 13. But put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full, the fat overflow, for their wickedness is great, because the Lord of that great sacrifice. That's why the Lord said, cast in the sickle. So when I go to Isaiah 34, as it is written, this is Isaiah 34 verse 1, it said, come near, ye nation, to hear, and hearken, ye people, let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He had utterly destroyed them, he had delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, their sting shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountain shall be melted with their blood, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heaven shall be rolled together as a scroll. Just look on a nuclear blast if you want to get an understanding of what that is talking about. And all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, which is the Greek way of saying Edom, and upon all the people of my curse to judgment. So this is what Yahweh Shai is preparing, But as I said, the Lord had prepared a sacrifice, and verse 6 will show you him prepared that sacrifice. It said, the sword of Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness. and with the blood of lambs and goats, and with the fat of kidneys of rams, for Yahweh had a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. And where is Basra now? America. Because now this prophecy not fulfilled as yet. And that's why the day of vengeance, as is written in Isaiah 63, I haven't been able to bring out this scripture for a while, yo. Let's start from 1. This is Isaiah 63 verse 1. It said, who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garment from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength, that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. And who is going to save? The elect of the nation of Israel. Wherefore art thou red in thy apparel, and thy garment like him that treadeth the wine fat? I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garment, and I will garment, and I will stain all my raiment, for the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeem is come. So this is what Yahweh Shimei is preparing now. That's why there's so much conflict taking place around the world, because I'm a muster the host of the battle. So I hope this was edifying. And that I want to say Kalalal, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Yahweh Kodash, Shalom.